The restaurant manager thought I was making up food violations for a free meal, not knowing I was the health inspector. I'm the food safety inspector who shut down 4 restaurants last month for health violations. Yesterday, I walked into a new restaurant that opened up 6 months ago, wearing my ratty UC Berkeley hoodie and paint-stained jeans. I'd been crawling through a restaurant basement all morning and desperately needed food. The hostess took one look at me and stuck me at a wobbly table by the kitchen doors. While waiting for service, I watched through the kitchen window and saw something that made my blood run cold. A line cook dropped a raw chicken breast on the floor, picked it up with his bare hands, rinsed it under cold water for 2 seconds, then tossed it straight onto the grill. The same hands that touched the floor chicken, then grabbed a handful of salad greens. I flagged down my server, a 20-something guy with a man bun. "Excuse me, I just saw your cook put floor chicken on the grill and handle ready to eat food without washing his hands." He smirked. "Floor chicken? Dude, are you high? Maybe lay off whatever you're smoking." "I'm serious. That's a major health code violation." "Listen, bro," he interrupted. "I get it. College is stressful, but making up stories about our kitchen isn't going to get you a free meal." Before I could respond, he walked away. 10 minutes later, the manager popped out of nowhere. She was a woman in her 50s wearing too much jewelry and a pristine white blazer. She sat down across from me, uninvited. "Chris tells me you're harassing our staff with wild accusations." "I'm not harassing anyone. I saw your cook." She held up a manicured hand to stop me from talking. "Sweetheart, I've been in fine dining for 30 years. I don't need some burned-out college dropout who probably lives on ramen and energy drinks telling me about food safety." My jaw tightened, but I stayed quiet. She looked me up and down, her nose wrinkling like she'd stepped in dog shit. "God, when's the last time you even had a real meal? Or a shower? You smell like a dumpster behind a frat house." Other diners were starting to notice our conversation. A couple at the next table actually moved to a different section. She stood up, clearly enjoying her audience. "You know what your problem is? Your generation thinks watching
But it was
Kitchen
worth every
Nightmares makes
penny.
you
The
an
gate had a
expert. You've
sensor
probably
and
never
worked on
worked
a
a real
timer.
job
It
in
stayed
your
open
life.
during
Mommy
the
and
day,
daddy
but if
still
the
paying
car
your
without my
tuition while you
transponder
play
entered,
pretend food
it would
critic?
automatically
She circled my
close behind
table
them
like a
after
shark,
60
touching my
seconds.
backpack
Once
with
closed, it
obvious
would only
disgust.
open with a
"What's in
credit
here?
card
Your
payment. The
PlayStation?
sign
Your
was
vape pen?
impossible
Maybe
to
some
miss.
Adderall
Private
you're selling to
property.
make
Entry
rent?" I actually
constitutes
felt my
acceptance
face
of parking
getting hot,
agreement.
but I wanted to see how low
$75
she could
exit
go.
fee.
"You know what's
Payment
really
required
sad?"
at
She
gate. The
continued,
first
her
wedding
voice
after
getting louder.
installation
"I
was
bet
the
you
big
eat
one.
alone
6
every
cars
single
pulled
night.
into
No
my driveway
girlfriend,
to
no
turn
friends,
around to
just
park.
you and
The
a
gate
porn
closed
star on your
behind them.
computer
They were
screen.
trapped.
When's the
I
last
watched
time
from my
someone
living room
actually wanted to
window as
spend time with you?
confusion
When's the
turned to
last time
panic,
someone
turned to
texted you
rage.
first?
One
She
woman in
picked
a
up my water
bridesmaid
glass,
dress banged on my
examined it,
front
then
door.
set it
"You have to
down
let us
far
out.
from me
This
like
is
it was
insane. I
contaminated.
don't have
You're
to do
going to die
anything. You're on
alone, you know
private
that?
property
30
and you
years from
entered
now, you'll still be
voluntarily. The
eating
sign
cereal for
explains the
dinner, still
terms.
trying
I
to
didn't
tell
see any
people what to
sign.
do,
That's
still
not my
wondering
problem.
why
She
nobody
paid the
loves you. The
$75.
server
So
returned
did
with
5
2
other
security
people. That
guards.
was
She smiled
$450
triumphantly.
in
"You know
one
what? I'm done
afternoon.
being
But one
polite.
guest
You're the
refused
type who
to pay and
complains
called
about
the police
everything because it
instead.
makes
2
you feel
officers showed
important.
up
This
and I
isn't
walked
your personal
outside to meet them.
soapbox.
"Sir,
This isn't
this woman
Twitter.
says
This is
you're
a
holding her
respectable
car
establishment."
hostage.
She
I'm
leaned
not
in
holding
close,
anything
pointing a
hostage.
manicured
She drove
finger
onto
at
my
my
private
chest.
property
"Here's some
past
free
a clearly
advice.
posted
Stop wasting
sign, and
everyone's
now she needs
time
to
trying
pay
to
the
feel
exit fee to
powerful.
leave.
I know
It's
your
a civil
type.
matter.
Can't get
The officer
demoted,
walked
can't keep
over
a
to read the
relationship,
sign.
so you
"Ma'am,
invent
the sign is
problems
pretty
to feel
clear.
special.
You might
Maybe
want to
work
just
on
pay
your
the
own
fee.
failures
This is illegal.
instead of
He can't
projecting
just
them
trap
onto
people on his
successful
property.
people. Then maybe
It's a civil
someone will
matter,
actually
ma'am. You can
listen to
dispute it in
Then she
court if
went
you
for the
want,
final
but right
blow.
now you're
"Security,
trespassing
remove
on
this
his land."
vagrant. He's
The
harassing our
venue owner
guests
came
and making up
storming over
lies
the
about
next
our
day,
kitchen,
threatening to
probably
sue
looking
me
for
for interfering
substance
with
money.
her
Check his
business.
pockets.
"You're going
I
to
bet
take
you'll
down that
find
gate,
needles
or I'm going to
amethyst
make your
pipe." I
life
stood
a
up
living
slowly
hell."
and
I
pulled out my
reminded her that
badge,
I'd
and
asked
she
her
saw
nicely
the official
3
seal.
times to
Her
help
smug
resolve the
expression
problem, and she
evaporated.
told
The
me to
security
move. You
guard
created
froze
this
mid-step.
situation.
Every
I
drop
just
of color
adapted to
drained
it. This
from
is
her face as
extortion.
she read
No,
Cole
this is a
Hansen,
business.
Senior
Something you
Food
should
Safety
understand.
Inspector,
See you in
Department of
court,
Public
she
Health.
said,
"I've
looking
seen enough.
forward
I'm
to
shutting
it. I
this
said,
restaurant
she did
down."
sue.
said.
I
The words
countersued
hit
for
her like
3
she'd
years
been
of
slapped
trespassing
silly.
and
In
property
seconds, she was
damage
on
and
her
emotional
knees,
distress
mascara
for my
streaming,
daughter's
begging
ruined
me to
birthday party.
reconsider.
The
She
judge
shoved
ruled in my
$100
favor on
bills at me,
everything.
ripped
She
off
had to
her
pay me
jewelry, begging me not to shut them down,
$8,500,
but
and
I
the
wasn't
judge told her
budging. The
that my
whole
gate was
staff watched
perfectly
their
legal.
boss, who
Last
just
year I
called
made
me a loser, crawling after
$47,000
my
from
car
that
like
gate. I
the
quit my
world was
second
ending.
job and took my family to Hawaii.